Welcome to Sideline Theory. My name is Brandon Cheatham, here with Michael Lane.
Repping the GOAT man today. TB12.
I'm actually not feeling so well.
Isn't that red and
I
black?
might need to leave.
Ooh, don't worry, bro. This is the when Atlanta was terrible, and
Okay.
this isn't the 28-3 Tom
Whew.
Brady.
Got
This
it.
is just
As long as we
the
can mention that as many times as possible.
this is just the beat the Saints in the playoffs, but absolutely got drug in the regular season. Also, his first year, Tom, I'll never forget at the Bears when he forgot what down it was,
Ooh.
and his finger looked broken.
And I got my LaDainian Tomlinson San
Ooh,
Diego Chargers
bro,
on.
best touchdown celebration ever. LT?
That's fair. That dude was incredible.
Yeah, man. Bonus episode for Sideline Theory. Semi-professional opinions.
From unprofessional distances.
Still in the basement. Brandon's basement, to be
Thank
exact.
goodness. Why did we start this in the time of year that was so cold?
Bro,
It's not now,
It
though.
was freezing in
Yeah.
the early days of this podcast.
Much better. So we're going to jump off. I know we've done quarterbacks. We've done running backs.
Now
we've had some time in between. We're doing some wide receiving centers.
Oh.
We're going to hit you with wide receivers. Again, the premise here is top 15 guys into next season.
A combined list.
Correct.
Top
A
15.
consolidation between my top 15, Mike's top 15. So if someone's left off this list and you think that it's ridiculous,
I'll go ahead and tell
probably
you.
Mike's fault.
It's Zay Flowers, everyone. Zay
That's
Flowers
fair.
didn't make the cut.
Yep.
Come at us.
We are not anti-Raven guys. We're big Lamar fans, and I hope he can bounce back.
And if they
Don't
draft,
take heed to the fact that
if they draft Keontae Scott
We're
from
back.
Miami, I'm back.
We're all back.
I'm back wholeheartedly. So number one, best receiver, Malachi Toney. Number two,
hilarious. We're not going to jump in yet. I just want to remind you guys to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bells, notification,
ding,
so
ding.
you can know exactly when we drop episodes. This week, I think we're going to have maybe 2 or 3 releases with the draft tomorrow night. And get some reaction on the first-round picks for each franchise.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we will not have a reaction for a Falcons first-round pick.
Why, bro?
Unless they get crazy and trade back into it.
But you guys had 2 first-round draft picks last year, right?
Yeah, we did.
How many of those are on the team right now?
We've got 1. But they're willing to play him more as a stand-up guy, so he's going to basically be like 2 picks.
So
in one,
he's a
and then-
stand-up guy, but the other guy's not a stand-up guy.
Bad choice of words.
Wide receiver list.
Let's get into the top 15.
We're going 15 to 1 or 1 to
15 to 1.
All right, cool.
Drum roll.
Hit me.
Nico Collins. Coming off a year, we had 71 catches, 1,117 yards receiving, and 6 touchdowns for the Texans. We've got him at 15.
And was by himself. Didn't have Tank Dell. Had C.J. Stroud with butter on his fingers. And so just a miracle.
CJ Stroud, yeah.
A miracle that Nico even caught as many as he could because C.J. couldn't even hold on to the ball. So I like Nico Collins here. Is he from Michigan? I think I got that right. I think he's a good all-around receiver. I do think that system, hopefully the Texans, a lot of people have the Texans drafting defense. I think that they need to go offensive line, get more protection to enable
They
CJ
can't
to
take
get to him.
defense, man. Come on.
They're getting Tank Dell back this year,
Help
so
these guys out.
I think Nico's going to have an even more explosive year with Tank Dell coming back to take some of that coverage. And so Tank Dell being number 15, I think is a solid spot for him.
Yeah, completely agree.
He had
I would have loved to see Mike Evans there too.
He had
but
18 20-plus yard catches last year.
yeah,
So,
explosive.
I mean, explosive and had a few 40-pluses. And so,
Yeah.
Nico
Nico Collins, 15, starting us off.
Yeah.
Next guy on the list, moving to 14.
Brandon's guy, everybody.
One of my guys, which unfortunately plays for the Saints.
Yeah, it's
we
shocking.
have Chris Olave.
Ooh.
Coming off a year, 100 catches, 1,163 yards, and 9 touchdowns. I think your guy at quarterback there has really helped him come back around to being into the swing of things. Because I think, he's a multiple concussion guy. And I think
Yes,
at some point
I like
he was thinking about walking away.
Olave's first year, he was fantastic, but
Yeah.
New Orleans, not the best franchise for a minute. He just didn't have a stable quarterback there. He's a all-around, he's a possession. He has explosive abilities, great hands, doesn't have a lot of drops, has 10 plus, 20 plus yard receptions. And so explosive guy, also possession guy. If he can be healthy, really like him in that system with Kellen Moore and Tyler Shuck.
Crazy at Ohio State. I just got to say this: Olave, Garrett Wilson,
JSN.
Jackson Smith and Jigba,
and JSN was like the weird one of like
Igbuka,
yeah,
Marvin Harrison Jr.
gosh,
Yeah, all together at the same time.
Ohio State became wide receiver U, bro.
Yeah, in like a 2-year span. So yeah, craziness.
I'll go number 13.
Yep.
George Pickens.
Pickens.
I think a lot of people are going to think that this might be too low.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming off a year where he's got 93 receptions, 1,429 yards, and 9 touchdowns. So I can understand where you're coming from, but I think you and I are in full agreement that the guys above him either have higher ceilings or have just done it for a longer period of time.
And it's a holistic view of the – numbers don't tell the whole story. Yes, he had solid numbers, but, man, there were moments and spots where he was a bad teammate. He was a bad teammate in Pittsburgh. He has moments where it's, again, wide receiver has potential to be one of the most selfish positions in the league. And so, holistically, to me, he's not top 10 because of all the baggage and stuff that comes with him. If he was just straight, like, Larry Fitz type of work ethic, which I think he has that same build that Larry Fitz has, he'd be much higher up on our list. But there's a lot that comes with George Pickens other than just the production, which is elite that he brings.
Not to mention, I mean, the other guy across the way is the number 1 guy there in CeeDee who missed some time and still had comparable numbers. So I think in that offense specifically, I do think that the numbers tend to distort the full picture of that. That's George Pickens at 13. At 12, we've got, and this may be an unpopular one, but he was very injured last year. But hard to go against the body of work in his career. At number 12, we've got Mike Evans. Like I said, coming off a very unproductive year, 30 catches, 368 yards, receiving,
but coming out of 11
touchdowns.
Straight 1,000-yard.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to argue with any of that.
One of the most forgotten great receivers of our lifetime.
Yeah.
I would say him and even Keenan Allen, when Keenan was in his heyday. A lot of people didn't have him a top 10-ish, and now we don't have Mike in the top 10 because of injury and age.
Yeah.
But just highly productive. His years when he finally got a quarterback in Tom Brady, they won the Super Bowl, and Tom would throw it to him in the red zone. And so,
with anyone, man, that guy's a problem. I mean,
yeah,
I got to watch it. Used to have to watch this guy twice a year. So happy that he's moved on.
Do you remember where he played in college and who was his quarterback?
Yeah, he made Johnny football.
Menzel, bro.
Yeah, he's famous for like Menzel was cutting him checks to help with his daughter or something. That was the interview. But yeah, I mean, happy that he's not in the NFC South anymore.
I do think
for a big bounce
that
back.
you're looking bounce back. I think that there's a potential for even farther drop off. Again, I thought that it was a good move for the Niners to go get a receiver. I had them getting potentially AJ Brown. Is that what I said? I had them going to get AJ. They ended up with Mike. We'll see how that goes just with the industrial plant that's over there and Mike Evans.
The upside is Mike Evans is not necessarily going to have 1,500 yards receiving for them to do what they want to do because you got other guys that can plug it like McCaffrey. Yeah, coming from a situation where it is fully determined.
It's so interesting that the most injured team in the league adds one of the most highly productive injured receivers. So
fair enough.
Good luck.
That's number 12 on the list.
Good
Mike
luck,
Evans.
Niners.
Number 11, moving to 11, we've got Devontae Adams coming off a year with 60 catches, 789 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns.
Dude is a producer in that offense. I don't know what to say. He's the original back shoulder guy. I think he went to Kentucky, like coming out. He helped Aaron win those MVPs. He was alongside of it. And so Devontae, just a professional. Also, he's number 11 on our list because we both love Taco Bell, and Devontae Adams is the Taco Bell guy. And so Devontae definitely deserving. The age, to me, keeps him out of the top 10. But I do think that there's still a couple.
Did you say Kentucky, by the way?
Is it Kentucky?
Fresno State.
Jeez, who am I thinking?
Because he was with Carr, right?
Yeah, you're right.
His college teammate.
Yeah, well, good. Hey,
but I do like the Taco Bell in his house. And
who did I think went to Kentucky?
We'll work on getting one of those in ours.
And we'll work on my knowledge of football. Jeez.
You swing, sometimes you miss. That's all right. Devontae Adams coming in at number
Yeah, I mean,
11.
you thought that the Warriors were going to be a dangerous playoff team. So.
I just misspoke. I play off, play in. Get it? Yeah. Tomato,
top 10.
tomato. Top 10. First guy breaking into this top 10. 59 catches, 850
People are
yards
not
receiving,
going to
6
like
touchdowns.
this. They're going to think it's too high, I think.
DK Metcalf.
I like DK a lot. I think that he is a freak. Freak of freak athletes.
Yeah, I mean, there's no thinking. That's certified.
And to me, he's just if you have the right system around him, he's going to produce. He's the ultimate just boom or bust.
Yep.
And to me, he's one of the top 3 of just like, dude can go 80 and you just not know it. But my thing with DK is a lot of drops. He's not the most standard. He's definitely not a possession receiver. And so, excuse me, I don't like. I just see a lot of his route tree isn't the crispest.
Yeah, but here's the thing, man. They're bringing Michael Pittman over, which is really going to open stuff up because he was
Michael Pittman, another Ohio State guy. Redeem myself for the Kentucky.
Yeah, he was a one-man show, and it was like we either got to hit a slant and he's got to run 80, or we got to throw it over everyone and he's got to catch it for 80. So if you have another guy that can help you out and take some eyes off of you, I think that helps.
And it seems inevitable that when he does have a drop, the very next play he goes for like 50.
Yeah,
he gets mad. So it's just interesting. It seems like he has a drop a game. So I like him at 10. Some people might think that's too high. I think that there's a lot of not DK people out there, but I think that's fair. Explosive.
Moving to number 9, we've got a guy coming in. Last year had 64 catches,
Denver Bronco,
910 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns. Mr. Jalen Waddle.
But his rookie year was elite, and so I do think that a lot of it was just the negativity in the Dolphins organization the last couple of years.
Shoot.
And so Jalen, I am excited to. I think that if we're talking about the Dexter Lawrence trade being terrible, in my opinion, for the Bengals getting rid of their 10th pick, I think the Broncos trading late 20s to get, or even 30, it was something crazy like that, to get Waddle, I think was excellent.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I don't think there's a guy at that spot in the draft that's going to really
great route runner,
give you what he gives you.
I mean, elite level speed, and so
I'm excited to see him on a good team.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, that's the most excitement for me. Next guy on the list, his stats from last year, not super impressive. We're not going to mention those. Malik Nabers, coming off of an injury. Mike and I both agree, very young. I don't think it's a question that he is a star and that he'll have, as long as he stays healthy and the guys around him do. Based on what he did with very bad quarterback play, the fact that you're going to have a guy in Jackson Dart delivering the ball, I think is good news for him. We've got him 8. I think we could look crazy by the end of next year, him being that low.
Yeah. I think he set a record. It was either yards or something crazy. I think he set a record. I can't pull it up and find it right now. But just elite coming out of – we talked about Ohio State being wide receiver U. Yeah. LSU definitely has a seat at that table to be wide receiver U. A guy who, I'll be honest, because I don't think he played the year before he got drafted, right? I think he sat out a year. I'm pretty sure. I might be, again, speaking wrong, but excellent rookie season. Obviously had the
franchise record.
Yeah.
Most single season receptions. Here's where it gets crazy. Held by Steve Smith.
For the Giants?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, that's the old Steve Smith, man. And so, Malik, you're saying we might look crazy because he's too low on our list?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has potential to be a top 4 guy.
I agree.
For sure. Explosive. Route tree is all there. Gets in and out of breaks really quickly. Can do it all. Malik Nabers at 8, I think, is a really solid choice.
100%. Next guy on the list, coming off a year with 78 catches, 1,003 receiving yards, and 7 touchdowns.
3 books read on the sideline.
A lot of book reading on the sideline. Hates his team. No, I don't know. We'll see how the reports fan out. But A.J. Brown at 7.
Yep.
I think this is a good fit for him. I am very interested to see what happens where he lands.
Apparently, it's already done that he's going to New England. They're just
we'll
waiting for
see.
the date.
So we'll see. We'll see if that helps him transcend or if that caps him a little
He's
bit.
just, to me, he is the more polished receiving version of DK.
Yeah,
Like he
college
is,
teammates.
yeah, he's a freak athlete. I'll never forget his rookie season. I went to a Falcons game in the regular season against Tennessee his rookie year. He caught 3 touchdowns against the Falcons in the first half.
Yep.
And so he's explosive. He is even in turmoil, he still gets 1,000 yards. And so he's 100% has to be a top 7 guy.
Yep, completely agree. Next guy on the list, coming off of a year with 117 catches, 1,401 receiving yards, and 11 touchdowns for the Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Got him coming in at number 6.
And what's wild is he had 19 20-plus yard
which is crazy because he's
catches.
not even that guy on that team.
And he only has one 40-plus yarder, and so it shows it like he lives in the 20 to 39 yards. He's just automatic.
Yep.
Automatic. And he had one of the best touchdown celebrations ever with the headstand.
Yeah, he did.
And so automatic, and really didn't see it coming from him. Just being a
I can't say that I did either.
like he is a version of JSN who's coming later in this list. Him and they're built very similarly, but I think he's even a little bit more of a tank. And so very stout, super great possession receiver to go with Jameson Williams, who's not on our list, but had a ton of yards for them as well. And so Amon-Ra being on this list definitely deserved. Highly, highly productive receiver.
Yeah, completely agree. Very great possession receiver. Can run every route. Always seems to be in the right spot so they can get him the ball. And, plucking a lot of touchdowns out of the air too. Next guy on the list, we're getting into the top
570 yak yards after contact. So just
very savvy runner after the catch as well. Next guy getting into the top 5, we've got the second Cowboy on the list, coming off a year with 75 catches, 1,077 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns, CeeDee Lamb.
Which is wild to say. That the Cowboys have 2.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy to put on this list, but it's hard to argue.
CeeDee's fantastic. He had the injury last year, had the drop at game 1. Remember against Philly, he had the deep ball drop, and so there's a little bit of sometimes his hands aren't always the cleanest, but I mean, just all around receiver that you want, man. Has deep threat capabilities, can run anything, any route that you give him, and is just solid and works well out of the slot. He can be in the slot, he can be in the outside. I do think having him over A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, do you like that? Like, you're okay with him being?
I do. I mean, he's got another guy on this list. He's still the one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he can do everything. Do I think there are certain parts of like A.J. Brown's game that is higher on the list than what CeeDee can do just because he's bigger? Yes. But from every other standpoint, I think CeeDee is the pick.
Yeah.
I
think
all the way up
5.
to the mental for that position.
To me, he has number 1 capabilities.
Yeah.
And so him being 5, I honestly think is a low ball for him.
Yep.
And I'm excited to see what he does this year if he can stay fully healthy.
Yeah,
that offense is going to be explosive. And the hope is that the Cowboys draft some defense.
Completely agree. Coming in at pick 4, this may get some people upset as well. Coming off a year with 119 catches, 1,793 receiving yards, and 10 touchdowns. Led the league in receiving yards is Jackson Smith-Njigba, JSN, number 4.
He had 8 40-plus yarders, 27 20-plus yarders. He was around 520 yards after the catch. And so, again.
And Pat Mahomes at quarterback.
Yeah, apparently. And so, production and stats don't tell the whole story. Him being a 4 seems like a little bit of disrespect. But the guys above him, I don't think there's an argument to put him. Like, I don't think that the teams that we have that the receivers are on would trade their guy for JSN. I just don't see that. And that's kind of how I look at this list is, would the team trade their guy for that guy? And JSN's fantastic. It's one of the things I am the most wrong about. I did not see it. I thought he was too small coming out of Ohio State. I'm 100% wrong on JSN. If he ever sees me, hey, bro, you can, which you'll never see me. Yeah. I'm just a little guy here in Brandon's basement. But fantastic. Was all around a great receiver last year. Pretty unguardable. But the touchdown in the NFC Championship game where he's lined up in the backfield and just runs a little corner. It's like in my head, I'm like, why didn't the Rams, like, obviously if he's lined up in the backfield, he's going to do something.
That touchdown belongs to the coordinator.
Yeah. So,
I think JSN to this point kind of gets the treatment that I was giving Wemby.
Very opposite heights.
After the Legion of Boom, they're not, Seattle's just not in the primetime slot a ton lately.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't see him.
Yeah.
And he is a guy a little bit more slight in stature, obviously an incredible player and has been.
Pretty hard to watch the 405 Seattle versus Arizona.
I think another guy who sat out in the playoffs at Ohio State. But I think because you don't see him as much, it's easier to go like, these other guys that we're about to list, you see all the time. They're always the lead on the Sports Center. They're always the guys that get an article about them, which, it's kind of crazy. So I think some of that is maybe even some media bias that he's just not covered as well as the other guys we're going to go into the top 3 with. But I think a 4 is a fair spot, and I think we'll see what happens. He gets the second year with a quarterback in the same system with himself, so maybe his numbers improve. We'll see.
It's just wild that he had by far and away the most 40-plus yard receptions at 8. The next guys were at 5. And so highly explosive, highly productive, has a case to be higher, but our top 3 to me is
completely agree. Coming in at number 3, a guy coming off a year with 129 catches, 1,725
rehabilitated
yards,
as well,
10 touchdowns, Puka Nacua.
Ooh, Puka. Dude seems to always make a play. Like that. My thing with Puka is he is always there to make a play. You think he's out. Like it's just unguardable, will run you over, catch everything, makes acrobatic catches, makes breakaway catches. Just phenomenal, and hopefully his off-the-field stuff can get corrected and he can get a contract with the Rams because in that McVay system, it's just the
here's some
perfect
hope.
Marriage.
Another guy, it's easy to say in hindsight, a 5th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
So these teams picking tomorrow, who, and I even have this, and I'm a football guy and understand the inner workings of a team and positions. It's like, hey, past the 1st and 2nd, I'm kind of like, it gets a little sleepy. Prime example of a guy who's overachieved his draft position. Obviously he's in a very conducive environment in that offense. However, you still got to put it together.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy makes plays that are incredible.
Mind-blowing.
Like the last second catch in the playoffs to give them a chance at all was like that. Even that effort was incredible.
He had one in the regular season, the game I was at in Atlanta. Yeah. He almost toe tapped it on the sidelines there. Like, it's mind-boggling. And then he had a 270-yard game against Seattle in the Thursday.
So I don't know. So this is another team with 2 guys on this list outside of the Cowboys with Nacua and Devontae Adams. But I think we're also seeing that supposedly people think they're drafting receiver.
I have heard that they're coming off of that.
Okay.
Finally. Both of us were like, dude, why the heck would you draft Mekhi Lemon at 13?
Yeah.
That is such a waste of a
That would be
very
so disrespectful to the Falcons using their pick to draft a receiver with those 2 guys on the roster. But that's number 3.
The top 2, we
flip a coin.
And in our heart of heart, who we would play as if we could play, who we would want to play with on Madden, the order's flipped. But I do think it is
more with less.
It's pretty hard to put. I don't think it's flip a coin. I do think that the number 1 guy is the number 1 guy. But that doesn't mean our style, Brandon and I style, we both want to put the 2 at the 1.
Correct.
But we're both putting football brain over.
So jumping into it, number 2, we've got a guy coming off a year with 125 catches, 1,412 receiving yards, and 8 touchdowns. Jamar Chase at number 2.
I mean, what do you say, man? I mean, just And again, we're talking
Athletic
about
freak, explosive.
a
great
guy who didn't
hands.
play the COVID year. He didn't even play. Again, we said OSU is wide
Golly,
receiver.
yeah, he
Our
missed
top
the
2
whole
guys are
year.
LSU. I mean, he's just paired with Joe.
Yeah.
Or he did play with Joe in 19, then didn't play in 20, I believe, was Jamar Chase. And so just a freak, man. Mad explosive.
And you just can't – I mean, was it the Ravens? It's like, hey, they're throwing him the ball, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go for 300 yards or whatever, something stupid. It's just, and those guys are on such the same page. It is so difficult.
Go ahead and say one, because I feel
Number
like we can
one,
talk about both.
Justin Jefferson, coming off a year with 84 receptions, 1,048 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, with Mike throwing him the ball.
Yeah. I think that the main difference between Justin and Jamar is a genetic thing. I just think Justin's a little taller, and I do think I think they both have the exact same skill set. They are both explosive, have tremendous feet, agility, in and out of breaks, hands, never stickies, man, everywhere. And I do think that Justin just has a little bit more of that catch against, I think it was Buffalo, where he caught it against like 3 people to set up a field goal to win the game, I believe, one-handed. I do think that Justin just has a little bit more, and it's just consistent with, like we said, me throwing the football. And he was nearly top 10 in catches and yards last year, but in the 100th in touchdowns, throwing Kyler Murray. And I do think that he's going to pop off even more this year. And doesn't seem to be a neither guy, which is awesome, seems to be a locker room disruptor, which I really love. And so Jamar being 2, Justin being 1, I think is the right move. But both are just – I think that these 2 are top 2, and then there's a gap, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. It's hard to argue that. I will just the last thing I'll say, these guys are obviously LSU Tigers as well, and played on the same team. Good luck. And Trevor Lawrence ain't been right since.
And Odell was paying them dudes on the field. Boy. That's our top 15. You want to hit from 11 to 15? So that is that Devontae,
so that's Devontae
Mike
Adams, Mike Evans, George Pickens, Chris Olave, Nico Collins.
Who's most likely to be the Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I'll let you go first on that.
I think we're both gonna say the same answer. I'm gonna go Mike.
Yep.
Mike 11 straight, 1,000 yards. The other answer right there is Devontae.
Yeah, I think those are layups. The intriguing would be Pickens for me.
Yes. George is the wild card of if he can get his mental together.
Yeah.
He's explosive, tall. To me, George is a lot built like Justin Jefferson. Has the length. And so for us, I think the answer is Mike is the most likely to be in the Hall of Fame.
100% on that.
And then
is he not already in there?
Of the top 10 guys, who do you think is most likely to drop out of the top 15?
The top 10 to no longer be on this list. DK Metcalf.
I said DK as well.
Yeah.
I said DK, and it's because of the drops. I think that I watch a game, and he just has a bad drop. Even in the playoffs, he had a bad drop. And it's like, bro, you are a freak athlete. Like, I think he could easily go play in the NBA because he could just run and jump higher, faster, stronger than anybody out there. But the drops just drive me crazy if I was his teammate.
Yeah, I would say most of that for me. I mean, drops obviously are going to contribute, but it's just uncertainty at quarterback for the Steelers. So if they take my guy Ty Simpson 21, maybe that flips my perception.
Or Aaron, or they have a national champion and Will Howard throwing on the ball.
We'll see. Go Canes. Last question here. Of guys not on this list, who will be the person to add their name to the top 15
you can go
after the season? And I'm not going to take Zay Flowers as a layup, even though he's not Baltimore. On this list.
You're going to take Egbuka.
No, I'm going to take a guy that you mentioned earlier, Ladd McConkey.
Ooh.
A little bounce back action.
He was great, and then just kind of had a drop. I think a lot of that might have just been the protection around Herbert getting in the ball.
Yeah.
And so Ladd, to me, seems pretty unguardable when he's on.
Yeah, I agree. I think great route runner, very explosive, sneaky fast, was great at Georgia, is a winner. Ladonis. Needs to come back.
Who's not on the list and has the potential to get on the list next year? I'm going someone from the aforementioned wide receiver U who will be from wide receiver U, Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah, who's not on the list this year but will be on it next year. Jeremiah Smith,
You're such a
the pride of Southern Florida.
You're taking him
Will
a
be
year
on.
in
Will be a
advance
top
based
15
on how
list.
we're going to be
100%. 100%. That man's going to be in the top 15.
As an incoming rookie draft.
His comp is Andre Johnson. Exact same height and weight, both 6'3", 220s. Just built like a tank, but is explosive, has hands, and is just a baller. Went to Ohio State, won a natty. I do think next year when he comes out, he is going to be a top 5 pick, and man, he's going to be a top 15 receiver right away.
What are they?
Jeremiah Smith.
What is his height weight?
6'3", 222, and Andre was 6'3", 229. So they're literally
6'3",
the same.
223.
Yeah, and Andre was right there, 6'3".
Oh, you know who else he is?
Who?
Julio.
Was Julio 6'3"?
6'3", 220.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, he didn't look it because he was so quick.
And he was like lankier.
Yeah.
Jeremiah's built like a tank. And that's Andre. Like, I just think, yeah.
That's the list. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, we'll be dropping some extra episodes this week with the draft going on.
Dude, I missed a layup, bro. I should have. Well, no. When we do this list next offseason for the next year,
Tony.
Baby Jesus.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you next week.